you connect. You better stop it.
I like it. It took me to the It took me to the app store, and I was like, oh okay. Wait, right quick.
You had downloaded.
And it came through.
I like that.
I like that too. It was quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Okay, it's showing on my grid 2 people. Um, well, I say 3. It's 2 people, and then let me see. What's this? Jot down a script to use during the recording. Oh, those are the notes.
Mm.
Jot down a script to use during the recording. So, like right now, I'm gonna even like I can show you, but this is gonna be in our back office because in order for people to see it, I still send them a link.
Mm-hmm.
And then just our conversation, like if I took the camera off of us
Mm-hmm.
and caught it, I'm able to record our conversation and
Mm-hmm.
put it on my Spotify, which is Open Hearts Foundation Coaching Academy.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, hey, of course, this is the one, but I would come on and say, what would you like for me to call you, JT or
Whatever you want to call me, TT.
okay,
Javius. If you want to be professional, JT. If you want to, if we auntie and nephew talking, either or.
right? Because I wouldn't be eating on it, but we're gonna go back and look at it. But I don't work up an appetite. So hello everyone. Thank y'all for connecting to my podcast. This is your favorite coach, Coach Diamond D, certified master life coach, RBT, registered behavior tech, and I enjoy helping people shift a fixed mindset to a growth mindset to become a better version of yourself. I do that because I didn't have a Coach Diamond back in the day to motivate me or push me. But now that I, decided to step out my comfort zone and just wanted to seek the positive world, I decided to go on a journey. And that transformation journey allowed me to help myself. And I just created all kinds of, things to help other people. So thank y'all for joining. Sit tight. This is a test run. We're just learning some things off our podcast right now. And I just want you to know that you are somebody. And I'm glad that you're connecting with us. And I hope that you can take something away that's empowering, that's going to help you become a better version of yourself. So today's guest is Mr. JT. Yes, Mr. JT. I've known Mr. JT ever since he came out of his mama's womb. But I've known Mr. JT for a very long time. The JT that I know has always been, just this resilient kid every time we talk. And I say kid because that's how I knew him as. But now as a young adult, he has stepped out his comfort zone. He's stepping up to the plate to try new things, try to open his mind to reality and to live a purposeful life. But yet do the things that bring him happiness and, strength and encouragement and whatever it takes. So I'm going to hush for a minute and let Mr. JT introduce himself.
Thank you, Coach Diamond. Okay, my name is John Tavius. Um, as everyone knows, JT. Coach Diamond has always been my top tier person. She has known me like she said for a very long time. Um, I met her back in middle school, and
Was
I
I meant?
no, you was not mean. She was my one of my teachers for like when we took our CRCT testing or whatever. And I think we somewhat had a little small conversation about like where we were from and who our people was. Boom, bada bang, here we are today. I come to talk to Auntie Diamond about everything. If something is not going on right in my life, I call her. If I want to gossip, I'm gonna call my Auntie Diamond. Like because she's just my go-to person. If I feel like I can't call nobody else, I know Auntie Diamond is always gonna pick up, and she always is gonna give me some encouraging words, or she gonna get on my behind for some dumb stuff because I tend to, fall off track a little bit. So I just be needing that little reminder of who I am, and Auntie Diamond is that person. Boom.
That's right. Well, I'm glad that now that I know, I'll be saying, okay, JT calling me, but we always be playing phone tag. But no matter what, it can be a day late. I'm gonna call back, even if I can, or I'll text you and say I can't talk right now, or vice versa. And then that's when you know I'm either with somebody, a client, or driving somebody's child somewhere,
Yes, ma'am.
trying to do something for somebody, because that's just been my nature, always trying to serve, even in relationships, you know. And that's when I came to realization to see that you can't you can't people please people in your relationships, because it's not healthy.
No, ma'am.
They say you're supposed to do what you did to keep them. No, no, you're supposed to know you in turn what you did to get that person, because it all starts with you. And so just having that connection with you, even as just, it's not even a relationship intimacy, but just having a connection with you is
Mhm.
always been a blessing, because we were able to pick up where we left off, have a conversation. I never judged you. I'll never judge you. Hell, I
Ne-
did. So I mean, there's no sugarcoating it behind it. It's just your life experience is who you are internally, of what you want in life. Not
mhm.
everybody go after those things. They try to keep it hidden.
Yeah.
But when you hide stuff, are you living authentically?
No, you're not.
No. So it's true. It's, to me, to be honest with yourself. But this is where people always ask that question: do you tell everything? Do you tell everything? No. Do you talk about this? Do you talk about that? Well, it's not that I tell everything, because it's not what I say, it's how I say it.
Exactly.
So I'll eventually tell it, but it ain't gonna be how you think I'm gonna tell it.
Exactly.
And see, people don't look at that as they, I really don't care these days. I'm the Aurora of being in my own circle, you know, and that's what it's about.
Amen.
Yep. So, quick question for you: what inspired you to really step up and be on the podcast?
I felt like it was time for the world to see my face and stop playing around. I have a bad habit of starting something and not committing to it 100% thoroughly. Um, but this year I said it's gonna be a different me. I'm open to trying new things. I want to pick up some things that I may have left off from last year. So this year, Jontavius, y'all
Yeah.
will be seeing a lot more of. Y'all will be hearing a lot more from me.
Yay!
And that's it. Like, yeah.
Awesome. And so, based off of that, have you thought about like what you gonna start doing? What you gonna create? Podcast? What?
Um, so I'm really honestly thinking about going back to school for
Yeah.
starters. Thinking about going back to Job Corps, pick up where I started, and just really try to go get some more things up under my belt before I turn 25.
And you'll be 25 this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and this will be when I turn 25. That's like the age limit to where you can't go to Job Corps anymore. So this year I said I was gonna try. I'm gonna do that. It's not a try. Sorry. Um, Now it's just trying to figure out which location I'm gonna go to because like they are a little sometimey and iffy about that per se. So that's more so what I'm looking into as of right now, trying to see like what state offers what. kind of programs because not every state has the same programs. They are a little bit different.
Right.
Um, but yes, definitely want to add on my phlebotomy license on top of my CNA, of course, finish where I left off. Um, and I'm thinking about doing dental assistant.
Oh,
Yes. And possibly culinary arts. I have a thing for being in the kitchen now.
really? You
Cook. You know I love to eat, auntie. So, uh, yes. And my friend has been kind of teaching me some new things too, a little bit. So, yes,
good?
definitely want to try some new things and just branch off, you know. I got tired of Georgia. And I'm not saying that I'm not coming back because I always come back home. But as of right now, I'm just venturing. That's all. I'm just doing a little traveling, a little sightseeing, you know. It was
Right.
time to switch up the environment, the people I was around.
Curiosity.
And I'm just flourishing.
That's it. And so in our transformation, that's what they taught us, how to become more of you.
Hmm.
That's exactly what it's about these days. Becoming more of you. That's the first sign that we learn to come out of, the involvement of you coming out of depression or anxiety or stress. I don't know if you know, but my background is psychology
Hmm.
and behavior, and I focus on mindset, behavior, and relationships. And I do that practically because of, my the storm I walked through.
Yes, ma'am.
And most definitely don't look like it. But when you go through your trials and tribulations, now it is time to spark entrance. And don't never be afraid. Never be afraid to try new things. Because that's how you really open up. When somebody's trying to teach you something, don't look at it as they're trying to tell you what to do. Look at it to where they're trying to explore
Hmm.
with you. That's an offer. When I watch kids daily, and when I watch them, well, when I was in the classroom, most definitely, what really touched me and brought me tears of joy is just watching a child go up to another child and say, "Hey, would you play with me?"
Hmm.
And that baby said yes to that baby. And then I'm standing over there crying, looking crazy. And then the teacher look over there, Daddy, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I'm okay. Because that's exploring. And we don't look at it like that
Hmm.
until we get grown and until we know the person that used to step up and try to get people to come together. And now they're not here.
Yeah.
And that makes us reflect back and look and say, is this person helping me? This is what made me look at it. Are they helping me? Or
Hmm.
tell me what to do? Which one?
Right.
When you go in that negative mindset, know that that's you going back into your childhood influences, whether they were good or bad. You have to predict that. All right. So, I got some quick questions for you
Okay.
because now that you know and the steps that I taken, I decided to create Resilient Talk because everybody that has went through stuff are not excited to come out of it.
Hmm.
And that's the true goal is that um, to get them out of that mindset of the self-doubt and the guilt. Most people fall on themselves saying, well, I guess it was just me. I guess I just did this. Or I guess no, it's when you put yourself through certain situations, you can't control what the other person do towards you, but you
Hmm.
can control how you receive it. And that's what made me get out my own way and start what I was doing because I was like, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't nobody's fault. It was the fact that what she did not know, she came in to try to see what it was, and then boom, it's not what it is. So you mistreat me. That's not nice.
Right.
That's not honest. I never understood that. But when you learn that people, you don't have control of people, oh baby, it's time to get out your own way. Majorly, get out your own way. All right.
Mm.
Um, so the intake questionnaire process will only take a few minutes, and this is like an intake where when I do my interviews with people as coaching, they always think, okay, she's just trying to coach me. It's not necessarily coaching you. I do the intake to see if you're a great fit to be on my team. And that means like-minded people connect with like-minded people.
Mm.
Not only that, people that are resiliently um, connected by just the things that they've been through.
Mm-hmm.
They connect, and then people connect with the people that I said that already probably, but trust is a major big form, and people that motivate us and get us to go and do great things. So um the intake, oh, it popped up with a J. I like that. So below, so basically the questionnaires, I just want you to be clear on what purpose is to you. I want you to be clear on purpose, and don't, like, don't hesitate to answer it. Don't just whatever comes to mind, release it,
Mm.
share it. Okay.
Okay.
Because that's how people connect, by storytelling.
Mm.
But the first question is, what are the three biggest changes you want to make in your life over the next 5 years?
Ooh. What are the next? What are the next three changes?
Biggest.
Biggest changes. Okay. What are the three biggest changes? Okay. Um. For one, I would have to say my mindset. Because I feel like I've been very closed in, and I'm used to certain stuff. Like I'm at a point where I feel like I'm at that age where it's like now I have to step out of my comfort zone.
Right.
And with that being said, that meant me relocating for a brief period of time. In a new environment, new people, and things of that nature. So I would definitely say my mindset for starters, and just how I see the world as how it is. I guess, because like I live in a fairy tale. In my head, I live in a fairy tale. Everything is glitz and glamour and stuff like that. That's how my head is. That's how I look at everything. I look at everybody like everybody is just the A-list celebrity. Okay. Um, but
Love it.
it's to a point where it's like now you got to face the reality. It's not all glitz and glamour, babe. So like, yeah. So that to say my mindset for sure. Two, um, I would have to say my attitude. Not everybody knows this, but I can be a little snappy and things of that. Yeah, I'm Williams, but um,
So mindset, attitude.
and oh. See, I had two. Can't even think of the third one. Isn't that crazy?
Mindset,
Um,
and um, you gave me one internal, one external, because you can
mhm.
see two.
um,
So give me a. That's nice. One internal, one external. Now give me an action of. So you got attitude, mindset, and what about health? And this is just me trying to help.
yes, well. Um, that is a good point though too, because at my age, I have experienced a lot. Um, and yes, it my health is definitely a it's one of my actually my health is one of my top biggest concerns on top of everything else. All jokes aside. Because yes, I do have a bad habit of getting out of control with my eating
Mm.
and things like that. And certain things trigger my stomach. And I know I shouldn't be eating, but it's like an intensified craving.
Of what they say, you eat a lot. Where that come from? Depression.
Exactly. So,
But we got to get you in a happy stage.
bingo.
You stay.
So, um, my mindset, my attitude, my health, and more importantly, getting closer with God.
Amen. Amen. That's the key factor right there. And so I think you and I talked earlier and we didn't record it, but hey, what I tell you, walk by faith and
Yep.
you will not set yourself. And that means you are always on go. You always paying attention to
Hmm.
what's going on around you and you're prepared. Because when you walk by faith, if we knew everything, if we knew that everything was not glamorous or reality, how can we take it upon ourselves to create the best version of ourselves to
Right.
go get what we want? How can we do that? You can't. So this is what I've learned over the last couple of years myself. I always, me personally, I always walk by faith because I was a fool. I was a fool. Do you hear me? I always have, I can say, walk by faith, and I've always spoke up and opened my mouth to just about anybody to where I never met a stranger. But when I decided to learn how to walk strictly by faith itself,
Mhm.
you got on the phone today and you tell me what you doing, walking by faith. I'm at home today, baby. I'm cleaning up, pain. I mean, I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
Not to know that that's that adult ADHD, but I still have control over it because I know how to manage the fact that when it's not in my eyesight, this is faith. I'm still able to say, you know what? Let me write this on my to-do list. I'm gonna get this.
Mhm.
It could be get what? It could be the feeling of manifestation. It can be the feeling of involvement. It can be the feeling of my green microwave over there. It can be anything, but anything when you write it down on a piece of paper, literally write it. See it, write
Right.
it, learn it, process it, go do it. And those are the steps that I had to take. See it, learn it, see it, write it down, learn it, process it. That's where all my paper in this house come from. My husband said I write on everything, and I do,
There you go.
because you have to. So mindset is a good thing to start off with because in order to get where you need to go or start the manifestation mindset, I personally think you got to shift that fixed mindset to a growth mindset,
Mhm.
and not for what you see right now, is for where you want to go
Mhm.
right now. Where, if you could go anywhere in this world, where would you go right now? You, if no, if money was not an issue, if transportation was an issue, if you can go put yourself right now there, where would you go?
Dubai.
I want to go to Hawaii, see all them hoops.
I know, but it's just something about taking. Well, I got to get over the fear of flying first before
Okay.
I go anywhere. But if the continent were like connected as one again, oh baby, I take that drive.
Yeah,
Don't tempt me with a good time. Cool.
yeah.
But yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Dubai. So start, even if that's where you would go right now. That's how you look at it. I would put that on my to go on my goal sheet.
Hmm.
And when you put that, what are the things that you got to do to get to Dubai?
Get a passport.
Okay.
That's really about it. For real, for real.
So if it was me, because I'm so special, I would literally pull it up on the internet and look all over Hawaii from the door computer. I would write everything down that I see, everything. But see, that was how I was able to get where from point A to point B with my personal development.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be understood. Okay, not for them, but for
But for
myself.
me,
I wanted to be heard. I created a podcast. I can hear myself. The heard comes from me again helping people and helping the wrong people.
mm-hmm.
And like I'm gonna be seen anyway, Cole. You can't overlook.
Me. Have you not seen me? Boom.
Thank you. And if you connect, there's ooh, everything that's attached to me with, baby. I'm gonna say it just like the song. So listen, um, what are three goals do you want to achieve within the next 3 months? Well, we said the three biggest change was attitude, mindset, and of course health was. Um, but what would be three goals? The biggest change and then the three goals.
Um, three goals, three goals. And you said within how many months?
The next 3 months.
Oh, within the next 3 months, 90 days. Oh my God. Um,
It only takes 90 days for becoming the woman or man that God wants you to be.
well, for starters, I'm gonna say I need to be figuring out if where I'm at currently, do I see myself living out here permanently? That's one. Two, if I'm talking about if I'm talking about job corps or whatever, then I need to be looking into the nearest school here. Um, and mm, and I guess really figuring out myself for real. Honestly, I think because that's really just where I'm at right now. I'm
Yeah.
just in an era where I'm figuring myself out.
Because when it comes to literally, I want you to always remember this if you don't remember nothing else. Next time, not even the next time, when it comes to goals, see your goals as you're moving to them.
Hmm.
Okay. And that you're exactly right where you are now, where you said you think it's more that you got to find you on the internal, which starts with you discovering your purpose, discovering your authenticity, discovering who JT is or who,
Hmm.
because I tell everybody it's two of you on the inside.
Exactly. Like I know the JT, but I be having to switch John Tavius and JT on and off so much. I've lost. I feel like I've lost so much time with John Tavius. I really don't even know who John Tavius is no more for real. For real.
So who do you want to be?
I want to become John Tavius again. That is why I have to. get out of this stagnant mood that I've been in, that I've allowed myself to be in, um, and things like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love JT. Down bad, down bad, down bad, down bad. But I don't want everybody looking at me as like, oh my God, like it's JT. Like, it's not all glitz and glamour. JT sees everything as glitz and glamour. John Tavius has to deal with the real life reality world because John Tavius has been traumatized. JT doesn't really care about the traumatized and stuff like that. He pushes all of that stuff to the side and he just tries to live his best life like everything is peace, happy, go lucky. Okay, yes, no. So now we got to get out of that. I got to revert back to my old self before JT even came along the way.
Gotcha.
Because for a long time it was John Tavius. It was never a JT.
Gotcha. So I like that you want to go back to John Tavius because, like you said, finding yourself is going to help you connect with that traumatized. When you connect with it, you learn how to handle it. And that is a very, very touchy subject with me because I had to learn how to handle Diamond. Diamond was not a nice person
Mm-hmm.
because she was a diary of a mad black woman. She was an angry black girl into a angry teenager that went book wild
Mm-hmm.
and then turned into a diary of a mad black woman because I was living a double life. I was living a life that I was trying to understand, But yet, even if I would come to you and you'd be like, oh, Diamond, you need to cut that out or whatever, I'm still trying to please you to get you to understand me. And that killed my soul majorly, where I was like, the next person I try to get to see my beautiful face will
Mm-hmm.
be me and God. That's it. And so when we get so caught up, we don't even pay attention to, I mean, you don't have any kids, but I wasn't even paying attention to my children. Like I was blindsided.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you know you don't have control of Diamond anymore. We live for other folk. And we can't continue to live for other folk. We got to find us. So I recommend me and you connecting once a week. Discover your purpose, and then jump into happiness. Because once you discover you, those are the steps I took through my transformation. I discovered me, and then
Mm-hmm.
discovered my happiness. And boy, why did I do that? Every weekend I had my hood man somebody beach. We were gone in the beginning when I got finished. Every Friday, we packed up and left. We left Bishop. We wasn't staying. We got missing because I discovered who I was to the happiness. And if you want to be happy, you just got to go. You can't think about nothing besides your destination. And that's why I encourage you to really connect with that part with finding you to go in your happiness. And then not only just your happiness, like live your resilient life, man. You're not promised tomorrow. You're not promised. Do your energy
Mm-hmm.
and make yourself happy. Because one thing I've really learned throughout my transformation, God look after us majorly. Majorly. All right. Quick question. What is the greatest challenge you have had to overcome in your life?
Um, the greatest challenge I've had to overcome.
Challenge and then overcome.
I want to say around the time me and my mom got sick, um, because little do y'all know that year alone was just like a very detrimental year for me. It started off bad and it felt like it kept getting bad. Um, but when I had my surgery, it was an eye opener for me because it was like, okay, you really need to simmer down. And but then not only that, when I was somewhat healing, and when my mom got sick and got um sent to the hospital or whatever, it just was like a whole different ball game because it was like, okay, it's not even about me no more right now. It's about my mama. I don't play when it comes down to my moms. Everyone knows this. So due to the fact that I didn't really know what was going on for real, and I couldn't really do too much because of the fact that I was still healing, that was stressful. I couldn't really do what I wanted to do. I couldn't work. So it was like it was just a lot of I felt like to me it was a lot of chaos going on. Well, like I said, I can only speak for myself cuz I had too much going on myself. But um she spent like that whole summer in the hospital or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and even after that, it was a lot to deal with because like my great grandmother passed away. I had a very bad car accident a couple of weeks after her death or whatever and stuff. So it was just a lot going on. I felt like I overcame a lot. That year broke me down tremendously. Because I felt like it was just a lot of bad juju around me. I felt like everything was out to get me and mine. And I just really couldn't understand why. God was taking away my favorite people.
Yeah.
I thought my mom was about to depart. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my car, I've had like 3 car wrecks that year. One blew up in my face. The other one tried to take me out. So it was just a lot. So I felt like that year I overcame a lot. But the journey with my mom, that's not over yet. That is a story to still be continued. But she is taking it how she is taking it. I can't really take it from her. I just have to let go and let God do what He does on that note. But it's all good things.
Right.
We've made it this far. I know He's not gonna give up on us now. So yes,
Yeah.
I would definitely say that the year of 2022 was a life changing year for me.
Gotcha. 2022. So that was your challenge. Yeah.
That year was mentally challenging. Um, I don't really try to talk about it a lot. And it's even crazy that we are even talking about the year of 2022. So get this, Aunt Diamond. So from January 31st and maybe to like February 8th was like a very bad time frame. Here's why. Um, my aunt that kind of raised us after my grandma passed, she died on the 31st. um, and stuff like that. She died on the 31st. I wasn't living with my mom at the time or whatever, but I took off a whole week to go to Rwanda to spend time with my family because that was like the start. Her death was the starter kit of it all. Um,
Mm.
but the day that she died, I broke up with my boyfriend. I wasn't too thrilled about it, and I wasn't. It was tough. I was a sad girl.
Yeah.
It was a lot to deal with. And then February 7th, we had her funeral. Okay, that's great.
Ooh.
February 8th, I went back to Athens and went back to work because I had to work the following day. Okay. Well, that night I got off work approximately around 9:45. I'm on the bypass. My car out of nowhere catches on fire.
Oh.
So, that was a thrill. I was like, God, why me? Like, why? I don't understand, what's going on. Um, And like I told my mom, I just felt like something was out to get me. I just, like I said, I didn't get it. I couldn't understand it. It was
Yeah.
too much to process. Um, and I felt like didn't nobody really understood. Didn't nobody understand where I was coming from for real. Maybe I was tripping. I guess, like I said, that was like something. That was like the first traumatic thing I've ever had to deal with entering my 20s. I was 21 going on 22.
Gotcha.
So,
Hmm. I'm sorry to hear all of that, but everything. I mean, I'm a true believer that things happen to help us level up. They can make us or break us. And I honestly think when we go through trials and tribulations, even with the people that we inspire the most,
mm,
that's that has always been no joke a trigger for me to say, okay, if this just happened, let me go level me up. Let me go change something to figure it out. Is it me or them? Or is do they need me or I'm needing them? Which one?
right.
And this is the part that helps us get out of our mind. You know, before we lose special people in our life, we got to be those special people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll never forget. It was 2021 with mine, but I'll never forget. That transformation. It's a scary thing. It's a scary thing when you don't know what to expect.
Yes, ma'am.
But this is why I tell people to, or people, how important it is.
I'm okay, babe. How are you?
Yeah, live more with. Yeah. Eh,
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Hi, twin. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, maybe like 3 times. That's what I did. Nothing major. I'm on my way back to prison. This ain't let the dogs out. Okay. That's not bad. Hurry up and come home. Hurry up and come home. 5:30. It's around the corner. So get here real quick. Hurry up. There you
he said,
go. 5:30. Hurry up.
okay. His lunch break.
Huh?
On his lunch.
Mm-hmm. You can't let the dogs out.
But yeah, that's just part of what we got to go through, like life itself. Um, so I honestly think life gonna get better for you. Period.
Honestly.
Because you deserve a positive life. We all do, and that's what it's about. Um, I'm trying to pull this up. Okay. Um, next question. Personal journey. What? Let's see. You shared your major challenge. What does living an authentic life mean to you, and how do you define it for yourself?
Living life authentically.
Yeah.
That means to me, you live in you live in life organically. Like nothing is forced, nothing is rushed. Like everything is it's almost like you just on a go with the flow mode. Like you don't have to do too much. Don't try to do too much. Um and yeah, just be be yourself at all times. Honestly, be yourself at all times. Live your life how you live it at all times. Like that's what I look at authenticity like it's just living life organically. Um,
That's awesome. And that I agree. Because that question was asked to me, and that's what put me on my personal journey. Like, what does living authentic, like, what does it look like to you? And that was when my therapist asked me, because I was like, I'm here because this person is not who they say they are.
mm,
That's what brought it to my attention that what their siblings and parents have seen, this is not that person. And so some of our, like, that's not real.
mm.
And so I had to go in a space to figure out, like, if this person ain't real, what do I need to do to so that when I got my life together for real. Like I mean, literally, no joke. When they come see me, if you got to park behind your house to see you, that's not real. I ain't understand. And your son live here. When you had to literally just when you got to tiptoe around people, that's not real. So yeah, that's what woke my eyes up to reality for real. Yeah. Um, how do you stay grounded when external pressure or people opinions try to sway you off your path? And see, these questions are going deeper, even though we're working on, overcoming some things, but still, whew, that's a question right there. How do you stay grounded when pressure or people opinions try to, knock you off your path?
Okay. See, if you would have asked me this question maybe about 2.5, 3 years ago, I would have said, let me show you why I'm my mama's child for real, for real. But in this case, as I'm getting older, one, every encounter doesn't need a reaction for one. Two, I'm really not one of those people to where I really give a horse about folks' opinions for real, for real. Because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, I'm still gonna do what I want to do. I'm grown, and it's really one in one ear and out the other. I'm so sorry. I don't play with people like that. Um, but also depending on the case or whatever the situation may be, I may heed some thoughts about. I mean, some opinions about whatever it is we may be talking about.
Gotcha.
It just may depends. But other than that, 9 times out of 10, if they're negative comments, I tend to get a little uncomfortable because I know my mouth, I know I will take it that far. So I'm in that era where I really just get up and remove myself from the situation before it becomes a situation. Um,
I like that.
because yeah, no, and I've never really been the type to do all of that tongue wrestling and stuff. I don't really like to do all of that. I'm not about to do it, and I'm not about to start. So yeah, no, your thoughts and opinions are really invalid. Especially if I wasn't really talking to you, I don't know why you butted in anyway, but you asked for that, so I delivered it. God said release it, that's what I did.
Right.
But I try not to do that. So 9 times out of 10, I will remove myself. And when things go left, I go right. And you know what else I do? I pray and I watch Scooby Doo, which I'm currently doing right now.
Oh
So
my,
yeah, that to answer your question, Auntie, there you go. Hmm.
I like that. That's neat. That's it. I mean, seriously, that's what we got to do. Everything that you just said, and I like the one. Every reaction don't need a response to it. Every default ain't for you.
Mm-mm.
And when you
If
let
y'all are willing to be that negative, when I'm down, I can only imagine how negative y'all gonna be when I'm up. That So that's why I keep my life to a minimum. I
Right.
don't really say nothing for real about what really goes on in my life. And I just keep it pushing.
That's it. That's all we can do. That's it. It is absolutely it. Well, thank you for sharing it. If this don't stop freezing on me.
You're welcome, Auntie. Thank you.
Um,
I try
and
not to
it's
be too ratchet.
pushing for time because I'm gonna try to keep them all under a whole hour. Um, I want to ask this one. It's normally one through because this was a test run. This is it's one through um 10 questions
Mm.
that I will be asking people on my podcast, and the insight of the questions will be for to help them really resiliently find or discover their authentic life. And I hope something is said to trigger a person to say, I want to feel
Yeah.
that part. And so the first question I did ask was the personal journey. It comes out of the intake process of the questionnaire. And then my questions from the resilient, which we have to go back and create all kinds of stuff. You know, when you be in these, I'm in every personal growth app it is.
Yes.
Number two was overcoming obstacles. You answered one question out of that one. That's that challenge. And then, or two, it was the challenge. And then, how do you stay grounded when external pressure of people opinions try to take you off the path? Um, oh, I like that question. What role does vulnerability play in your resilience?
I'm gonna say it plays 100%. Um,
So you can authentically say you live with vulnerable, like for vulnerable. Okay.
I can honestly say that because I don't. I tend to push off my problems and the things that I deal with. So everybody assumes that I'm a hard body. I am not. I
Right.
am not. I am just as sensitive, if not 10 times worse. On a Catch me on the real right day. And stuff like that. So even with my current boyfriend, I've had to explain to him some of my triggers, like things that upset me, things that bother me, and stuff like that, because he doesn't know. Like the things that I've shared with you today, he walked in on it and he is aware. But had I not said anything, I would have never brought it up. So I'm teaching myself that it is okay for you to be vulnerable. Um, Let somebody know what's wrong. Let somebody know what's bothering you.
Yes.
Um,
Ooh.
so 100%.
I just fell in love with that word, vulnerability. I did. I mean, when I'm able to tell my husband, I want you, like, period. Ain't no sugarcoating, I want you. Or back in the day, it'd be like, well, what you want now? Nothing. When you standing here lying, I'm vulnerable for, positive touches, positive love, positive this, positive that. And if I can't get it, who gonna give it to me? Right. So that word vulnerability, I love it. I absolutely love it. Have you ever allowed yourself to be vulnerable in order to grow? It was for growth.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the set of questions three, all of them have three questions in it. So question three is self-discovery and purpose. Have you ever had a pivotal moment where you realized your purpose um, or started to live more authentically? What triggered that realization? These some powerful questions.
Questions. These are some powerful questions, and wow, I feel like I think I can almost answer every one. Um,
Mhm.
yes, it took for I think my great grandmother to die.
Jesus.
Honestly, um, for that, oh, oh my,
Amazing. And see, people don't. This is where I love life coaching, because I was searching for these questions at a young age. Like, who am I gonna run into that's gonna ask me this powerful question that's gonna help me grow? And you ain't find nobody. Like, what I'm gonna sleep with you for? You ain't helping. And like, for real, I literally had to think, go back and say, Diamond, you was just living, girl. But this is why I pushed a lot of people out of my life, because I was asking these questions
yeah,
at an early age. Like, it's okay to tell somebody you're not sorry. It's okay to be nice to people. It's okay. I get to look like, no, it ain't. Yes, it is. You know, but that's a tough one to answer. Have you ever had a pivotal moment where you realized your purpose or started to live your more authentically? I did. Mine was the car accident, remember?
yeah.
That's when them chills came in my arm. When somebody wish you to your deathbed, you got to get the hell up out the way. You
I
got
think
to.
that's how mine was. Like I I don't even know. I guess it was because like during that point, I think I was just so fed. I was fed up with a lot, and I didn't really know what was going on with my mama for real, for real. And I really think my grandma, she passed away because of the fact she did not know what was wrong with my mama.
Mm,
Honestly, um, and it it broke me down. So that day, I had that real bad car accident on that back road,
mm,
off Jefferson or whatever. Like I told your nieces, because I called your nieces. Your nieces, they came.
mm.
I was not kidding when I said I seen the light. I promised to God, because like I was at that point where I didn't care. I promised y'all I didn't care no more. I
I,
didn't. Because it's like, man, at this point, I don't know what's going on with my mama for real. My favorite folks is literally leaving me. And I'm just supposed to sit here and act like all of this stuff is okay? Man, you can take me to at this point. So when I had that accident, because I almost ejected out of that, if had I not had my seatbelt on, I would have ejected out of that seat.
Jesus. See?
Um, and when I seen that light, thank God for them folks that was behind me and them people that was across the street.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause when I crashed in that ditch and that man tried to open my door, he said I wasn't breathing. It's like I felt myself not breathing.
Mm.
But I kept hearing somebody say like, sir, like, are you okay? Like somebody was like, it was like somebody was pounding, but it's almost like I couldn't really wake up for real.
Yeah.
I finally woke back up, and they trying to get my door open, and I was just like, man, God, I know you did. I
Yeah.
just know you did. Man, I know you did. So
Yeah.
after that, it was kind of like I kind of kept quiet. I really didn't say too much to my mama for real, because me and my mom, we had a whole talk about if I had another car race, she want to go get me another car. The day I crashed, that was Dreek's birthday.
Wow.
So I had to call them and tell them I had a wreck or whatever in it, but it still was not my fault or whatever and stuff like that. But it was just like, dang, like me and my mama just had a whole talk. That was what I was afraid of because I was just like, man, I do not want to hear this. I don't. I don't have time. I don't want to hear it. But she wasn't tripping. Thank God for that. I really didn't tell her about that life changing experience. I really haven't told nobody that for real, for real. Because folks would think I was crazy.
Yeah, but
Um,
that day you do you actually feel it. Like chills went all over my body. I felt it. It wasn't no joke to me.
so after that, I think that's when I started living life more organically,
Hmm.
or it started to at least. Like, okay, I feel like now you just be doing stuff to brag and boast and stuff like that. These incidents that you're having is like God's way of telling you, all right, sit the fuck down. I'm telling you, sit down. You
Right,
not listening. Sit down. And I wasn't listening.
right,
So now I'm at a point where I'm just real life living my life like on on a chill mode. Like I'm not doing too much. You see me out or whatever. I'm just out here just I'm living life organically as a 25-year old or as or about to be 25-year old should be.
as,
Like
yep, as you should, as you should. Well, listen, it is saying low storage.
uh-oh.
Recorded on my phone with low storage. My other computer is in the shop, so as soon as it get out, I like those questions.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Get out. I went on and printed them, and then I'm gonna laminate them.
Okay.
Yep. That. See, you see how I just did that?
Right.
That's your trial. That's it. And then my actual intake questions, I had already did a set, but I'm gonna make it smaller. But that's all I did. They right here. Look,
Ah.
I had already had them done. Put them on Canva, the Canva app. This is my whole notebook.
Oh snap.
Like when your auntie, when I say got it, got it. Like I would love to run a podcast with you and anybody else.
Yes.
Because these questions are resilient. We can hang up for a minute and I'm gonna charge it and then I'm gonna give you a call back. But I appreciate you. We ended it because my phone about to die, and then not only that, the storage has taken.
Yup.
And it keeps popping up. But I'm gonna go when I go back in it and edit it. I'm gonna call you on listen to it.
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, Auntie.
All right, bye.